Welcome back, beautiful people. And allow me to set the stage, man. In order to take accountability for what has passed and what will be, there's no time like presently. So, for all of those with mouths and ears, can we have a moment of your time? We want to gain some perspective. Can we have a piece of your mind? What's going on, Hector, man?
Bro? How you doing, Frank?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. It's been a beautiful week. I'm in a
Oh yeah.
good mood. I
Okay.
mean, even with the sad news, you guys, we got to talk about the creator of Dragon Ball Z. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
gonna be a topic. But even with that sad news, man, I'm in a great mood, man. I can't
Yeah. Oh
even.
yeah.
I feel. I yo, I feel on purpose, bro.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
feel on purpose. Like I have, you know, I've written out a plan and I'm following that plan to getting my website built up, to getting my
Right.
services put
Right.
out.
Okay.
And I just kind of feel like I have, like I can almost see how things are supposed to be structured so that I can start growing in the service industry the way I want to grow, man. So I'm excited,
Okay.
man. I'm excited to hopefully get to my first goal in the next 12 weeks following this thing I learned from the 12-week year, a
Yep.
concept from a book. Um yeah, and I don't know, I'm just in a good mood, bro. I can't even lie to you, man.
I like that. No, that's cool, man, Frank. Cause like, yeah, bro. I usually see you in a good mood when you're being productive. You know what I'm saying? When you're actually um not necessarily fighting for something, but you're striving for something. You know, you got a goal in mind, and when you're moving towards that, as I see you take steps closer to it, I do see a lot of your creativity, a lot of your excitement. Like you seem to boil down and be the best version of you when you're in that mode of passion, bro. So that's cool, and I have noticed it, bro, in the last few days. So it's kind of nice to see you moving that way, bro, to that thing that make you feel good.
Yeah.
And we talked about it a while back, bro. Like you're the explorer, bro. You be exploring, you know what I'm saying? So you be out there looking for new ways to kind of do what you're doing, to kind of help you reinvent yourself and then be able to kind of better deliver that message, man. And so this 12-step thing, or not 12 step, excuse me, this 12,
Week.
what is it, 12 weeks year?
12-week year, yep.
That like the way you explained it to me, I was just like, oh, this is kind of cool, man. Like, what you would accomplish, the way my brain took it is what you would accomplish in a year can only take 12 weeks if you are on top of it. If you
Yeah,
are
if you
mindful of it and you're staying to this routine, you can accomplish that. And
yeah.
yo, that to me, man, who doesn't want to do that? You know what I'm
You you
saying? We
you
waste
you
so
know
much time.
you know what, Hector? Let me try to attempt to share the concept of the 12-week year, man. And I'm not saying I'm good at it. I only listened to it through one time. I usually like listening through good books. I like listening
Mm,
through at least three times. But
okay.
so far what I picked up from it is it's supposed to like kind of take the idea of what you can do in a year, or what people try to set out to do in a year. You're doing it in 12 months, which takes a
Mm,
lot more of narrowing down what you're after, setting a focused target, being real intentional about what you're
mm,
going on after. So you can have a big vision, like, one day I want to live in the islands. That's the big vision. But
okay.
e- even before, or say, I want to own a home in the islands. But even before that, what would help me own a home in the islands? Well, if I was getting more revenue each month, you know what I'm saying? So now
Right.
it goes from the big vision being living in the islands to like, just creating more revenue somehow, some way. That so the big vision is island goal, make more revenue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So in the concept is supposed to be like, okay, people get excited at the beginning of the year for New Year's resolutions and
Yep.
wanting to you
New
know
year, new me kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. You get
Yep.
this idea and it's exciting. But if you make the goal a year out, you start feeling like you have a bunch of time. The excitement fizzles
Yeah.
out over time.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
So with the 12-week year, the concept. Oh, and then also another thing is that at the end of the year for like big companies and stuff, the end of the year is crunch time. So that's when they're really trying to hustle up and get the numbers and close out on deals or whatever. Like it's usually crunch time for a lot of companies. So by compacting it from 1 year to just 12 weeks, you know what I'm saying? You kind of
Mm,
keep the excitement the whole way through. And you're just like, the whole after you set up the plan, you're just like watching it, seeing how things are going. Am I executing, or are things growing in this direction? And you're
Mhm.
like, if things aren't growing the way you're doing, you're just fine tuning it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But within 12 weeks, the idea is what people look to do in a year, you do in 12 weeks. You know what I mean? You
Okay.
do it quarterly. So, and then if you now imagine if you're doing that back to back to back, that means you could probably accomplish 4 things.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying, in one year that most people don't
Yeah.
do in 1 year. One thing in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah, that like most things, man, that sounds like it takes a lot of discipline, bro. But I feel like Frank, in your current situation, bro, you're actually probably ahead of the curve considering you've been in your seat for now, what, going on 3, almost 4 years, um, with your business. So you kind of have it where you know where you want it to go. I imagine that a lot of the hardest part of that is even knowing what the hell it is you want. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I feel like you've got that, and you've been working on this, for a minute, Frank. You have been streamlining, you have been refining, you have been doing all of these essential steps to make it the best it could be already. You know what I'm saying? So now that you have
yeah.
this plan, and it's kind of cool to see, like, where it's going to go from here once you start putting that in motion.
You
For
know
real.
what,
Like,
Hector?
I'm excited.
I honestly don't even feel like it's the want that was the biggest thing. The biggest thing for me was is creating a structure flow that makes me feel like
Mm,
I'm doing something or getting something done. Right. So
yeah.
I am used to the 9 to 5. I've worked most of my career in the 9 to 5, somewhere doing something. And
Right.
with businesses, they already have things set up. You get me? They got it set up for you. You don't
Yep.
have to worry about taxes. You don't have to worry about other departments because somebody else handles other departments. So they have a
Yep.
finance department, they have a customer service department, they have all these things. They have all these things structured. But when
Mm,
you're working for yourself, you know what I mean? Now it's like you gotta go out there and do the work, but you're also the customer service. You're also the finance department. You're also you also have to be the person creating ideas so your business could grow. And for me, the hardest part was actually finding time, figuring out what the processes are, the things I should be focusing on, and like really getting to them and knowing that, like, and just feeling like, yo, I accomplished that. I did that. You know what I mean? I remember
right.
building out a website, excited. My first website, building out that website, bro. I think that junk took me like 3 months. But when I finally finished, man, usually when somebody accomplished something, it's some kind of you feel like some kind of party, like you feel like a party should happen or some kind of congratulations, but there was nothing at the end of that road, bro. And then I didn't even know the next steps from there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Which should have been promoting and advertising. I know that now and sending people to my webpage. But back then I didn't really know that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
So that's another thing I liked about the 12-week work year. Not even so much that about the 12-week, having to do it in the 12-week. That part is, I mean, I want to be able to do that at some point, like, and really stick to it. But at this part, I just love the structure, bro. It's what I fell in love with. It has a structure, a time for creative growth. You know what I mean? You want to it teaches you about time blocking for certain things.
Okay.
So, creative growth, that's the creative work is when you're working on things that's going to build you up.
Mhm.
Then there's a time for you to be working in the company. So it's a time that you work on the company, a time you're working in the company, and then there's also
Okay.
time for like just handling the small things that, like, they are important, but they're not that important. Like, you know what I mean? Like returning emails, that's the admin stuff.
Yeah.
You know what
Yep.
I mean?
Yep.
All that stuff is important. You got to be when you're a one person business. All you got to get to everything. You want to
You
get
gotta
back to the
do it.
important emails.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to. So this thing teaches you some kind of structure for like a day by day structure, man. So you can really be your own boss and take control of your day to day. You know what I'm saying? And feel
Okay.
like you accomplished something.
Well,
So
shit, bro. We're gonna have to check back in 12 weeks and see what's up with it, man. Cause
hey,
like,
man, look, I'm ready,
that'd
man. I'm ready.
be
I know
dope,
you guys
bro.
gonna see my services up and running for sure. I already got plans, man.
Hey,
So
hell yeah, hell yeah. I like it, bro. That's how you make moves, man. You just got to keep moving, right? Like,
yeah,
you ain't going nowhere if you're standing still, kind of shit, man. So I like that, Frank. Cause yo, that's kind of my issue, bro. Like, um, the structure, I know I could use some structure too because I have 7 or 8 different things I'm trying to do. And so I'll put, all my time into this for one day, and then the next day I'll do something else, and then the next day I'll
yeah,
do something else. And then once I realize, like, once I've done that, I haven't gotten anywhere because I'm not focusing on something. I'm not
One
setting
thing,
myself.
yeah.
Yeah, I have just too many things happening. So, sitting my ass down and doing that one thing is really going to help me out too. I know that for sure. And I
Another
know that
good
that's
book,
been a
The One
problem.
Thing.
That one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's where I'm at right now with this all. So, and I'm real thankful for our meetings on Wednesdays that we have, that we're able to kind of communicate and collect,
Yeah.
all this plethora of knowledge, man. So like that, I feel like that's kind of opening my eyes to a lot of the ventures that I'm looking to get myself into. And then, like you, Frank, you've inspired me just to keep moving. So, I'm trying to do my book. I'm trying to work on this prototype project I got planned. I'm trying to, do some coaching, man. I'm trying to still be an active father. I'm still trying to do this. I'm trying, like, I got
Yeah,
so
man,
much.
we need to get trying out your vocabulary. That's what we need to do. We need to try to get you trying out your vocabulary because you are, bro. You're coaching, you are parenting, you're
Oh
doing
man,
all of
yeah,
that, bro.
yeah,
You're
you're
getting to
right.
them, man. Absolutely, man.
You're right.
But
You're absolutely right.
definitely, I do know you do have like a lot of things going on though. Like, you know what I mean? The parenting, that's not something you could turn off. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
That's
definitely
not one
not.
of them things you could turn off. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
like, it really does help. Like, there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us who have these great ideas, and we have ideas in abundance. But some of them you have to write down and put them on the back burner and stick
Yep.
to the most important. What's gonna bring you close? What's gonna bring me closer to that island? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Faster. Trying to grow my services, or I don't know, chasing real estate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know how to make money doing what I doing what I do in my services. Real estate, I'm back down here. I don't know much about that. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot to learn. There's a lot. You gotta learn how to talk to people. You gotta learn, REOs and all kinds of other stuff, man. So you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's
you,
a lot, bro, for
yeah,
real.
I want
It's
to get into. I would love to get into real estate, but if I'm trying to make money, it don't make sense for me to put that. It don't even make sense for me to be working on that too much, bro. Most of my attention and focus should go into services, because then, if I get up to 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, oh, you know what? Then I don't have to play in real estate. Maybe I could just be an investor. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Let them run around, do all the playing in real estate. Here,
yeah,
let me give you
there
some
you go.
money. Make sure you double that back up when you give it back to me, okay? So
Oh yeah, bro.
yeah,
That's
we got to
yeah.
do what makes sense, right?
That's it, bro. If it ain't making sense, it ain't making dollars, is what they
Hey,
say, right?
hey, but heck, man, I'm excited about you and this whole coaching thing, bro. I know you said you was getting ready to go in and you doing high school now, man. So that's a step up. So
Yeah.
before, when you was talking about it, you was talking about younger kids,
Yep.
right? And the
Yep.
young people, and I can imagine that you would want to kind of like, the approach is going to be a little different. The focus is going to
Oh
be a
yeah.
little different, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
With
right.
these kids, right?
Yeah.
What do you think some key differences is going to be for you, man?
So some big differences, man. Like, when we're coaching little ones, bro, most of their parents, they signed them up just because they want the kids to do something. They got all this extra energy. They want their kids to learn what it's like to play with others, kind of do more, find out some likes and some dislikes. So when I'm talking to the little people, man, the little people, they're just the primary focus is just to have fun, whether they're learning anything or not, they're having fun. And if they are learning something, well, then that speaks to me that I'm doing an okay job teaching them something. But when it comes to the high schoolers, man, the older group, this is a group that's not so impressionable anymore. You know what I'm saying? These are people that,
Yeah.
teenagers, they know everything, right? So it's hard
So
to
they think.
sometimes talk to a teenager, bro.
So they think.
But for sure. But I noticed that the key difference is that some of these kids are not playing just to have fun. Some of these kids, this is a chance to get out of the slum. This is the chance for them to have a future. This is an opportunity for them to get a scholarship to go to a D2, D1 school, get a full ride. I'm that gateway now. I find myself being at that, hey, you want this, then let's take it serious. Yeah, we're still trying to have some fun. But fun was before. This is work now. We need to learn the ins and outs. We need to learn about our minds. We need to learn about our bodies. We need to learn all these different skill sets, these different techniques, these different approaches. Because for some of these kids that do want to go to college to do this, they have to perform well. They have to learn well. And so I've got to take it much more seriously too, in terms of I need to know the rule book in and out. I need to know positioning. I need to know field awareness. I need to know everything. And not only that, I need to know how to learn to talk to a group of teenagers, because I got my own
Yeah.
teenager and I could talk to one teenager. I'm going to have a whole hell of a lot more on the field in front of me.
Yeah.
And so I got to be able to capture their mind and their hearts, you know what I'm saying, and still be able to challenge everything. So that's the hugest difference right there going into it, man, is the little people are just, mom and dad signed them up. We're just trying it out. As where, if you're playing sports in high school, there's probably a good chance you put in a couple years already. And you're
Yeah.
doing this because you got a goal in mind. And I have to respect that and I have to honor that. And not only that, I have to be able and willing to let them grow and myself along with them to make sure that I can elevate them to that point. So
Yeah.
it's dope, man. I won't lie, Frank. I'm a little intimidated, bro, but I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I got a healthy fear of it. I got a healthy fear for it, man. And I feel like I don't think I'm gonna let them down, because I'm coming into this with this mindset that I want them to succeed. Not only my kid on the team, but all of them. You know what I'm saying? I want all of them to feel proud of it. So yeah, that's coming soon, bro. That's starting real soon.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, guys? I wanted to take a moment to apologize, man. I'm not sure who's paying attention, but we're missing a co-host here today, as you guys can see. We were trying to wait on him. He ended up catching the flat. Life happening. You know what I mean? Life is life,
man.
and so we had to get started without him. But yeah. So my apologies for that. Yo, heck, man. So I want to, I want to take some time to big up my boy Hector, man, because I've seen a lot of growth. Hey, my boy's all the way out in Colorado. I'm all the way over here, but I've seen a lot of growth since we got started on this podcast, man. We talked about different principles and things we're trying out and being self-scientists. You know what I mean? I've seen Hector go from since we started this podcast. I've seen Hector go into changing his atmosphere and making a space for music. And people are playing music in the house. You know what I mean? I seen Hector jump into coaching and just putting himself out there. And then now I'm also seeing Kate jumping into coaching, putting herself out there. She out there skating. She out there doing Kate's collab. You know what I mean? And it's just like this energy. Aiden jump. Hector's coaching. His dad, and Hector's coaching. His son is playing. He's playing for the teams. You know what I'm saying? Hearing everything you got going on, Hector, seeing all this growth is all inspiring, bro. I don't feel like it's nothing to fear anymore at all, bro, man. Just keep moving. You moving. You're inspiring me, heck, man. Because me and you both, we both mentioned, giving back to the community somehow. You know what I'm saying? And if you're out there coaching, bro, you're giving the best of yourself to somebody, man. You know what I mean? This is your time. Where other people are thinking like, I can't wait to get off of work and so I can go relax and play the game, get comfortable, all up in my comfort zone. And don't get me wrong, I like being comfortable just like the next man. But sometimes to rise to the next comfort level, you have to sacrifice these things that are comfortable here and now. You know what I'm saying? You have to sacrifice the things that are comfortable here and now. So, I mean, heck, man, I see you sacrificing your time, bro. I know you was an all day gamer just like me, bro. We grew up together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you're pulling away from that, so you can give back to the community. You can give back to these kids. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't Hector, if it wasn't you filling up that spot, who knows what it'd be? The next guy probably would have been an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So thank goodness you did. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. And like I said, you inspire me, man. I want to make sure I get this program started for my little fitness. I want to get 5 kids, man. No more than maybe about 5 kids. Matter of fact, I already have a little angle and everything. I want to get kids that are probably just about to hit high school or just going into high school.
Yep.
And try to re-inspire them because I remember being that young man leaving 8th grade, thinking of, before freshman year, man. Like, I'm going into the school. Nobody know me here, man. Knew me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine if you could transform your body to match that new you. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to find me 5 kids, man, to take under my wings, man. Just teach them a little bit what I know. You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Man.
I like that. I love that idea, bro. And that's something we talked about a little bit right when I started getting ready to coach, like, that was kind of one of the conversations that had came up. Like, you wanted to go ahead and set something like that up. And so it's cool that, you're really pursuing that and you're putting a plan together to get it going. Um, and yeah, I'm excited to see that become a thing too, Frank, because
Yeah.
yeah, just like you said, bro, if you ain't doing it, then who's showing up? You might run into an asshole. They might not do it at all, kind of shit. So if
Yeah.
you're offering something for people to kind of jump into and really build themselves, then hell yeah, bro, I support that 100%, man. And like, I know it's gonna do these kids some good, bro, because yeah, you go into high school, if your physique is feeling nice, bro, you're gonna go into high school with a healthy mindset, man. Ain't nothing gonna mess with you, and you're gonna be
Confidence.
ready
Some kind
for
of
it.
confidence,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. Confidence looks good on people, bro.
But
I love that shit.
You feel actor?
Hey, what up? What up?
All right, we're in the middle of a podcast, baby. I'll talk to you later.
Got to get him up on here one day too, man. Shit.
yeah. Hey, man, bro. I mean, Brian must be here, man. So maybe he might be jumping in soon. That'd be
That'd be
dope.
dope. That'd be real dope. Hell yeah.
I'll tell him to jump right in. Let me see. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys. I
he's there.
apologize. And I'll see if we get this other co-host in here, man.
Nah, yeah, I get it, bro. That shit sucks though, man. Like that night Kate and I went out, man, and we was, doing our thing and I caught a flat, like, oh man, that shit just killed all my energy, bro. 2 hours of the day just gone just because of a damn flat. And like,
Yo, heck, man, this might be a new thing, man. I don't think we ever did this before. Like, did we already hit record? I wonder if he's gonna be able to just jump in.
we're gonna learn. We're definitely
gonna
gonna
learn today, huh?
That's it.
Learn today.
Shit, I hope it work out right. I don't see why it wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
But shit, like we had a couple of things we wanted to go over. I mean, so I don't know how you wanted to kind of segment that, because if he's coming in, we could hold off the juicy bits for it.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's spin that wheel, man. Let's find a topic, bro.
Right,
let's give him a little bit of
bro.
time, man.
Hold on, let me spin the wheel then, man. So come over here and do this. I really like this wheel, bro.
Yeah, it is. For those who don't know, man, we gotta for any day that we come on and we don't have a topic to talk about, if we just feel like spinning the wheel, we go grab interesting things we find on Reddit, topics that we feel like would be a good topic, and we put it in this wheel. We let it spin, and it makes the pick for us. So here we go.
There we go.
Plumbing services you can trust. Why this guy in my spot? That's supposed to be my spot right there.
Yeah, you're right.
Who is that, man? Coming to terms in my 30s. We didn't do that.
I don't think we did this one. Nah, we had the fear of harm as we age.
Okay. In your 30s. Okay. All right, so what do we mean? Coming to terms in my 30s. What does that mean?
I wonder if that more kind of aligns with the fact that we just kind of accept some things the way they are. Like me, I hear coming to terms with something. And all right, well, you know what? Hey, terminology, or rather not terminology, but just coming into an understanding that this is kind of what it is, right?
Yeah.
This is that. And I feel like, like being in my teenage years, like I was saying, I know everything. I knew everything. All teenagers, they all think they know everything, right? And so, as a teenager, you don't really know anything. You're always questioning everything. You're always doubting something, right? And then in your 20s, I feel like you kind of develop a little bit of gusto, if you will, and you feel like I could change the world. I could do some shit,
Yeah.
And then when you get to your 30s, there ain't shit I can do. This place sucks, man, but I could worry about me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I got going on, and I can manage that. So I don't know. I see that phrase coming to terms in my 30s, and yeah, I'm at the age. I know I'm getting old. I can feel it, slightly in my body when I do some activities that are a little harder than normal.
Only when the sun away.
Yeah, exactly, right? Shit, let me tell you, bro. That winter, ain't nobody built for winter, bro. So there's that. But then, the mental mindset, bro, like, I've had to learn a lot of shit come along the way that, like this is one thing that I've had to kind of get over maybe in the last like decade or so is that, you're not always going to get that sorry you were looking for. Somebody did something to you, you might never get it, but you can't live in that place where you think it'll exist. You have to be able to move on. And so that's one of the other things, coming to terms with that people don't always change, and people always don't have the capability to change, even though I still like to say that they can, they do. It's all a matter of choice. But sometimes people get so comfortable making that same choice over and over that that choice isn't even a choice. That's just default. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's kind of how I interpret that, bro. Like coming to terms is just, whether you polish up and dip a piece of shit in gold, it's still a piece of shit, like that's all it is, man.
Started laughing at her because I already knew where you were going with that shit, bro.
So yeah, bro. How do you think about that? What do you think? Coming to terms
in my 30s, man. Coming to terms with my 30s, bro. I feel good about my 30s, bro. I feel good about my 30s, man. Like, yo, don't get me wrong. Wintertime comes, like I do feel the slowdown. And again, if I feel like if you don't use it, you lose it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just in general. But coming in my 30s, like thinking of like reflecting on my 30s to this point. I'm 37. For reflecting on all of my 30s to this point, like, yo, I like it. I like 30s, bro. I don't know. Like, I like 30s, man, because like you were saying, when you're a teen, you think you know it all. You know what I'm saying? But you really don't have enough life experiences. You haven't gotten your heart broken enough. You haven't broken enough hearts. You know what I'm saying? You haven't worked enough jobs. You haven't been fired enough. Like, you don't know what you really want. You know what I mean? And I can't speak for everybody, but even for me, even in my 20s, like, bro, I was still job hopping. Like, you know what I mean? Trying to find a place where I fit in, you know what I mean? And just like kind of following what, I don't know, what the society kind of put out there for me, 9 to 5, go work, go find a good job with a pension, and you know what I mean? And get a house and get a car, and like, the American dream, you know what I mean? But 30s, man, 30 to me, 30 is like was the eye opener for me. I mean, and first of all, I know I've heard things about, okay, Jesus died at age 33, and then I also heard like I believe they say there's like a mental shift in all people every 7 years or so, like that. Like, you know what I mean? It should be like, it's supposed to be a mental shift every 7 years. In 30 is supposed to be like one of the magical moments. You know what I mean? And I hear it in conversation too. I love the conversations in my 30s. You know what I mean? Although everybody haven't like, and it sucks to say this, the switch doesn't turn on for everybody, even in their 30s. Some of them, instead of, how like you hit that point and you're like, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna get that apology. I'm not, whatever I'm looking for is not happening. But and that's the funny thing. People might get what they're looking for and they still won't be happy with it. You get what I'm saying? It's still not gonna change nothing. They still want to be stuck. I feel like 30s it's an opportunity to let go of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you've been holding on to it for so long. Why are you still holding on to it? Now I want to make sure I leave a foundation. My parents left me a foundation, bro. And their ceiling is supposed to be my floor to grow. But here I am still on the damn, you know what I mean? I'm still on the floor of their ceiling. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, it's like, yo, I'm 37. I still feel strong. I'm 37. I feel wiser than I ever was before. You get what I'm saying? To me, I mean, and I don't want to let this opportunity slip. I'm pretty sure I'm going to still have strength and stuff in my 40s. You know what I mean? If I keep it up, but I don't want to let no more time slip, bro. Like, in my 30s is when I realized, yo, my most valuable resource this whole time of my life was my time, bro. It wasn't money. I'm not even a person that like, I can't even say I put high value in money. Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not. It's not the most important thing to me. You know what I mean? I want to make good money, but like I don't know. I do value my time, bro. I'm the guy who will buy a $7, $8 box of cereal because it's right down the street. Then to save then to go all the way across town to Walmart to get it for $3.50. You know what I'm saying? It's just because it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? That's too much time. You know what I mean? So,
no, I feel you on that, Frank.
but hey, in my 30s, it's me recognizing that part too. It's like, yo, Frank, you're wasteful, bro. You should be saving that extra little dime. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look. You too comfortable. You need to let go of that comfortable mindset. You might have a little more money in your pocket. You know what I mean? A 20-year-old me would even be ready to hear that. Like, nah, I'm going right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't know.
I
coming to terms with my 30s. I mean, yes, there's some things that can start going downhill at this point. But it's all at this point. To me, it's like, yo, it's all about how are we taking care of ourselves. You know what I mean? 30s was like really the eye opener. Like, yo, Frank, like, okay, you was eating some crap when you was 20, but bro, you might want to get a little more control over that if you want to still be fit into your 50s, your 60s, your 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see. I go online. I watch people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, bro. And they doing calisthenics move better than I could right now in my 30s. You know what I'm saying?
That lifelong dedication to that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing makes me excited, bro. That's what it does. It makes me excited. Like, yeah, they're 70 and 80 and they could do it better than me than I can right now. But in my head, it's like, yo, I could still do that when I'm 70 and 80, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I take care of myself, I could be like these people. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because when I build myself up to a point where I can retire, although I'm never gonna retire for real, like I want to be able to still do things like that. I want to be able to go to the park and just enjoy my day, go work out. You know what I mean? Go have some good conversation with some good people. You know what I mean? Maybe inspire some young people. Go teach somebody something in their 30s when I'm 70 years old. Hey, listen, young man, you don't know nothing about nothing, man. Yeah. 40 years ago, I said 30 was the new 20, but no, 70 is the new 20. All right, stupid. Okay.
I liked it.
Listen, I can't. Yo, I look forward to things like being a grandfather, Hector. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just so I want to be that annoying grandfather. I do the pop up visits. Like, God damn it, the in laws in town. That's right. I'm here. Where my grandkids at? F you, okay? I look forward to it, heck, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want it to happen no time soon. But I look forward to it.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yo, you said something, bro. You like the conversations more you have in your 30s. And as soon as you said that, like immediately I'm thinking, piece of your mind, us, what we've been doing. We have these conversations weekly, and everybody out there in the world gets to share these conversations, but these aren't the only conversations that we have, Frank.
Yeah,
you and I have hours worth of conversations throughout the week that don't ever make it here. And it's cool, bro, because as soon as you said that, I felt that. Like, that's so true, bro. Like, these conversations, for real, they inspire me. I analyze them differently. Like, when in my 20s, bro, I can't remember too much anybody told me of whatever in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? It went one ear out the other.
Bro, even in our 20s, we still had this really strong, like, I don't want to hear it from nobody. Like, you know what I mean? I got this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had that, you know what I mean?
We absolutely.
Yo, anybody?
I know I did.
This is a family podcast, man. We're your accountability podcast partners, man. So if you're in your 20s, if you're in your teens and you happen to hear this, man, yo, open up your mind, open up your ears. To open up your mind, you must open up your ears.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's true.
Old Caribbean saying, man, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. You must listen more and talk less.
Speak less.
Keep in your mouth. Keep your mouth.
I like that.
But yo,
that.
You guys just listen a little bit, and I swear you guys will be ahead of everybody in your generation just by listening a little bit and applying. Like, not everybody's out to harm you. Not everything somebody's saying to you, they mean you wrong. Especially if it's somebody that loves you. It might come off a certain way, but if they're stopping to say something to you, yo, take heed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reflect a little bit. Like, why are they saying that? Why do you keep saying that to me? Why do they keep saying that to me? Reflect. Slow down. Reflect. You know what I mean?
That's
You'll
all
figure
you
it out.
gotta
Trust
do.
me. Reflection is a beautiful thing. Another thing I found in my 30s, man. Another thing I found in my 30s, man. So what does it mean to come into 30? Yo, 30 is beautiful. 30 is beautiful,
Yeah.
man. Shit,
Yeah.
I don't want to leave this place. I only got 3
Nah,
more years.
right. Oh man, yeah, you on your way out, bro.
For real. Next time we're gonna be coming to terms with your 40s. Ah, God,
Yeah.
wait, I'm gonna speak this one up.
Nah, I could truly say though, bro. Yeah, being in my 30s has been, I've only been here for 6 years, man. But being in my 30s has been the best. Hey, what up, B?
Hey, you made it, B.
Oh,
Glad to
That's what's
have you,
up.
man.
So, B, you're in the hot
Just
seat
in
right
time,
now,
bro.
right away. Yep. Right now, right away, bro. So Frankie and I, we spun the wheel, and right away the thing came up was coming to terms in my 30s. So Frankie and I both went in and kind of explaining how we interpret that. So now it's your turn, bro. Right away.
Yeah. Too bad you ain't got what we said as an example, bro. You gotta go off the top, man. You
Oh,
wasn't
we'll
even
see though.
here.
We'll see what's
it's all
up.
good.
Coming to terms in my 30s, man. Where you at with that, Brian? What
All
does
right,
that say to you?
So coming to terms with being in my 30s. All right. Well, I mean, I guess being in your 30s, that's where you start to realize that you are mortal, and you
Okay.
are aging. Like when you're like in your 20s, like your early 20s, you're still a lot more daring, right? Like
Yep.
you think you could do like anything, like you take more risks. Like when I was in my 20s, I used to drive mad fast, like just because, like I had no, like I thought that I was the best driver. Like I couldn't get in any accidents or anything like that, And for the most part, like I haven't really gotten into any accidents, nothing crazy anyway. But like that's one of those things where when you're younger, you think you could take more risks because you heal faster.
Yeah.
Right. So if something does happen, like you heal faster. But like one thing I noticed, like being in my 30s, like it takes me longer to recover from things. Like it could be like a
cold.
Yeah, or even a cold. Yeah, like a cold. It could take like a week to get over. Like younger days. It's like an overnight thing. I might drink some cough syrup or Theraflu. I'm ready to go the next day.
Yep.
It might keep me down for like a weekend. That's about it. But like now, like even things like a cold or flu keeps down longer. You feel aches and pains you didn't feel in your younger days. You're a lot less pliable, right? So like if I sleep in an awkward position, I'm gonna feel it all day the next day. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
feel it like my neck, like my shoulders. I'm like, okay, I slept kind of weird. Now I gotta deal with this all day.
No, that's true.
But like, it definitely like your mentality changes in that sense. Like, just the way you go about traveling, like walking, running, like,
Yep.
when you're a kid, you'll run up and down stairs all day, once once you hit your like mid 30s, 40s, you're taking your time getting up and down them stairs. What's the rush?
So that's one thing. Maybe I'm a different cut from the rest, bro. But Kate will tell you, man. I'm 36, and I run up and down the stairs, dude. Because Frankie, I really believe what you be saying about if you don't use it, you lose it. So yeah, I'll sprint up the stairs. Sometimes I'll skip steps, and I'll keep my legs strengthened. I'll keep my ankles strengthened.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I do that. I do that.
And I know the risks of it. I know the risks, but I'm still like, you know what? I got to do it because then I start to deteriorate if I slow down, and I don't want to do that. I want to stay strong. I want to stay capable of moving my body weight around as I need to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get you on that, Brian. Yeah, kind of. Sometimes people do slow down in the 30s up the stairs, dude. For real.
Again, I think in your 30s, man, this is the time where you're supposed to slow down. You're supposed to slow down. I think the slowdown's supposed to happen. I think the reason that we feel the hurt and we stay sick longer is because this is the time where we're supposed to reassess, reevaluate. Yo, well, what have I been eating all this time? What have I been putting in my system? You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, just like how we're saying, like, yo, it's hard to recover in your 30s. I'm pretty sure there's somebody in their 30s like, what are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what?
Right.
You know what I mean? I just broke my finger the other day. I was back on the gym, back in the gym the next day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that's like that. You know what I mean? And they train their body to be so. And they probably started training like that in their 20s. There's no reason you can't start now in your 30s. There's no reason. Like, we're still gifted, bro. Even in your 30s, you're still gifted. You still have it's the time to really start evaluating how to take care of yourself. And I can tell you guys, again, self-scientists, I like exploring. That's another thing, yo. In my 30s, I'm more exploratory. I like to explore more than I ever did. When I was 20, I was really like in my like comfort zone in a wall, like, you know what I mean? Closed-minded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Now it's like, I'll try some new foods. I'll try, visiting a new place. I'll go to an opera. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, like if you invite me, I'm coming. Like whatever. Like,
that's one thing too. Like,
but when I was in my 20s, I was much more closed-minded. Now it's like, let's go do something, man. Let's connect. I want to go see my family. I want to show them my love. I want to be there. I let my whole 20s go by, and I don't think I comforted anybody in my family enough, honestly. You know what I mean? I don't think I gave them enough of me. You know? In my 30s, I'm thinking about that shit. You know? So,
damn.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to let go of 30s.
You're a little more like reflective, right? You spend more time like with your own thoughts, introspective thoughts. So that's something that's a little more different too. Like, when you're a little younger, you're more in the moment, so in your 20s you're just living. Once you hit your 30s, you're reflecting on how you were living in your 20s, and like, how you want to live going forward. Like, what do I want to keep? What do I want to get rid of? Like, what habits that I formed in my 20s that I think actually benefited me? What did I learn, from this mistake or from this experience? Like, what lessons can I carry forward with me into my 40s and beyond? What lessons do I want to impart onto my son and his children? Right. So I feel like, in your 30s, this is where you're really like, you're really like finding yourself. Like, you've already had those experiences in your teens and your early adulthood, and like, you're more in tune with who you are. Like, you're still learning, but you're still like more in tune. You're more willing to experiment, try things, and just do things that you may not have been willing to do in your 20s, because you're coming to terms with, this is who I am. Like, these are things that I like. Like, there's things that I learned about myself, like, just this year, like, about like the type of person I am, and like the type of people that I like to be around, like there's certain people, like, if they call me, I might ignore their call because I know most likely it's just because they want something from me, Right, but they're, if my brother calls me, I'm gonna pick it up because I know, most likely he wants to bounce some ideas off me, or he might want me to bounce some ideas off of him, and like, it's a productive conversation I'm about to have. Those are the type of people I like to be around.
I like that.
Like, needy people, I don't really care too much for them. Like, unless you're a toddler, like my son, I don't think you should be relying too heavily on another adult, Yeah. And that's something I learned about myself, because, I used to wonder, like, how come this person rubs me the wrong way? I'm like, I really don't care to talk to this person right now. And like, I had to step back and really think about it. It was like, every time I have a conversation with this person, it leads to like some type of transaction, or like I have to go out of my way to do something. and it just I'm like, it's a drag.
Yeah,
Yeah. Man, that
I
reflection is
appreciate it.
powerful, man.
It really is, man.
It
Yeah,
is. Hey,
I
man.
learned that too in my 30s. The same thing. Yeah, because Frankie said the same thing, bro. He learned to reflect more. And as I'm thinking about it, I agree with that 100%. I've reflected on all the lessons I've learned prior. I match them up with how I've learned it today, how I interpret it today. I've reflected on my parenting, on letting my parents parent me the way they did, and how I use that to influence my parenting with my own kid. How you guys
Yeah.
parent, like I find myself doing that shit. I'm looking in all the mirrors right now, man. Really trying to understand it better, and I think the biggest part of that is I don't get lost in that mirror anymore. You know what I'm saying? I know where I'm at. I know where I stand. And so the mirrors around me are just a means to be able to look at myself and see how I'm doing it. So I take that time to do that. And yeah, that's not something that started in my teens or my 20s. That came early 30s, you know what I'm saying? And so reflection, man, that's a damn good one. Yeah, I like that, y'all.
Yo, Hector, though, I must say, bro, out here in the world, talking to these young people now, man, I met some people in their 20s, bro, and it's like I feel like I'm talking to a 30-year-old, bro. I almost be a little
Yeah.
jealous, like, bro, where the hell you get your brain from, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
why am I talking to you right now? You're only 20, man. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yo,
right.
if I can encourage anybody, I want that mindset, man. If you could come talk to a 30-year-old and have a good conversation, you in a good space, okay? If you could talk to anybody above your age, your generation, and have a good conversation and really feel it and be into it and hear them out and learn from them. You know what I mean? And you can learn from you can learn from a crackhead, bro. You can learn from a bum on the street, you can learn from the richest man. Don't think only the rich man got something to teach you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You can learn what not to do talking to some people, you know? So I
Yeah,
really do want to encourage somebody, open your minds, man. And to open
love
your
that.
minds, you must open your ears. And
Love
anybody in
that.
their 20s, you have the power of reflection too anyway, because you know what? You have your teens and your childhood to go after. Somebody who's 13, okay, or in their teens, I can understand a little bit. Y'all just getting out of high school. There's a lot of things that's new to you. You're free. You get in a car. You could go get a hotel. You could go to parties. You could drink. Like, there's a lot of new things you haven't experienced it. You haven't drunk till you a shit faced enough yet to know that you don't want to get drunk until you shit faced. That don't happen until you're 30. You know what I'm saying? So now, tough luck for you guys, man. But the guys in y'all 20s, man, y'all got this, man. Y'all probably broke enough hearts by now. You know what I mean? You probably got your heart broken enough by now to know that, like, yo, I don't want to be breaking hearts. I don't want my heart broken. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Yep.
when you realize that, like, yo, you get with the next one, you don't do them like you did the last one. Like,
Nah.
you know what I mean? You just
Yep.
do a little better. Even if it's a little better, you do a little better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a big reason why I have conversations like that with my kid, bro. I'm trying to make sure that when he enters his 20s, he's thinking as if he's in his late 30s. That's my goal. So by the time he
Yeah.
reaches his 30s, he's ready for retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
trying to set him up, man.
Bro, I ain't
But
jealous. I don't get jealous on most things, bro. But these young people with these mindsets, man, I can have a good conversation with them right damn now.
hell
I'm
yeah.
jealous, bro.
Yeah,
So
some of these kids got it. They got it together. They have a plan. And they're already working towards it. So it's good. It's good to see that because there's a lot of kids that
that
they're
ain't
just bullshitting around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like
As we did,
of
can't
course,
even
yeah,
knock them.
of course. So it's good to see there's still some like really forward thinking like young people, and like even with like all this advancement in technology, new ways to distract us, like they're using it to their advantage. So it's not all bad. A lot of kids are addicted to screens. But a lot of people actually know how to use these as tools.
It's a tool. Yep.
And those are the ones
Yep.
that are getting ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys,
Love it.
man.
Let's move into the next one, yo.
We 50 minutes deep, man, and we definitely gotta get on this topic, bro.
All right.
Definitely go. So
So anybody in the anime world, man, y'all know, the bad news that kind of hit the world just this last week, and I guess it's something that the family kind of kept to themselves for about a week. They didn't want to release the news immediately, and I could totally understand why. But anybody that has ever heard of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, that idea came out of the mind of one manga artist, man. And that man's name is Akira Toriyama. And unfortunately, he recently passed, man. 68 years old. You know what I'm saying?
68 years young.
Young. 68 years young. That dude, that was a beautiful dude, man. And I won't front, man. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm all about vulnerability. I read that news and I started to cry. Like, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't really give a damn about a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, a celebrity is just another person. But to talk about someone that gave me a childhood, I would race home to watch some Dragon Ball, have sleepovers at y'all house, and we'd watch movies. We'd play the games. We did, there was so much of our life, our childhood, that was enriched by that man's idea. That when he died, Brian, a piece of my childhood felt like it died too. Like, it hurt. That shit really hurt. And yeah, man, that shit made me like really fucking sad. Like, I'm getting sad right now thinking about it, man. But like,
I won't lie to you, bro. I'm getting the goosebumps thinking about it, man. And I know I'm smiling. I can't help that. I always smile. But like Hector said, this dude was really impactful on my life too, man. He was a huge impact on my life, man. I'm happy I was introduced to anime because of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? And like Hector said, I'm not crazy about no celebrity. I need to go out my way. But forget celebrity. This dude is an artist. He is an artist. You know what I mean? He expressed what was in here and what was in here. He expressed it to us, and we all felt it. All three of us up here, we could talk. Brian got a story he got to share with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We all felt it. You know what I mean? He had my imagination working, bro. I remember walking down the street just having long conversations about Dragon Ball Z, bro. Wishing I could fly, heck. What would you rather have? Would you be able to throw a Kamehameha, or would you rather fly? Which one? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Now I gotta take both of these topics and go left. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? What he was able to do, you know what I mean? And yes, his death is a sad story. You know what I mean? Death can be a sad story, but although, I've heard stories where you're supposed to, laugh at death, cry at birth, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? But we can't help but to get sad sometimes first. But I am grateful for the impact. Now, mind you, this is why I don't even feel so bad. This is why I can still smile, because this man was able to leave an impact on the world. You know what I mean? This guy was an artist from where? Japan?
Yep.
From Japan. I'm from America. I was born here in America, bro. You know what I mean? Two totally different languages, but he was able to deliver his art for me to feel it. You know what I'm saying? And that, for that, I am grateful. I'm grateful to have ever even got to experience Dragon Ball Z, what he created. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to be able to have this conversation. You know what I mean? And let this be my thank you. Let this be my thank you to you. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. B?
So
man. Like, I have so many memories tied to Dragon Ball through childhood. Like, it's crazy. The impact is definitely felt like worldwide. Just seeing on my feed that he passed, like, it was sad news. But it did kind of comfort me to see how many people took the time to show their gratitude and shared the impact that he had on them, and like, it felt like, a common thing. Like, that's a bond that we all have as fans of Dragon Ball. We all came up as little boys, watching Goku go on his little adventures, collecting Dragon Balls, meeting his friends, getting stronger. And like, with Dragon Ball, like that was like one of the first examples that I had, watching like, like an example of like, overcoming, overcoming obstacles, overcoming adversity, pushing beyond your limits, exceeding your own limits, being the best version of yourself. Like those are like lessons that I learned, through watching Dragon Ball. Those are things that, it was, it may seem silly, but like it impacted me to this day. As a child, I remember, running home to catch it, on Toonami, 5 o'clock Toonami. I remember
Word.
I was anticipating Goku going Super Saiyan for the longest, because I knew about it because it happened in Japan years before.
Before
in America.
We was from when I tell you we was from Fanatics, somehow me and B, I don't even remember how the story went, but somehow me and B got our hands on a Japanese PlayStation and we were able to play in PS1 I'm talking about, and we were able to play Dragon Ball Z games, Japanese Dragon Ball Z games on there. Remember that shit, B?
Yeah, so we're at this flea market. We went to this flea market in Florida.
He remembered the story.
It had a boot disc. It had the boot disc that allows you to play games from different regions on your PlayStation. So like, you put the disc in there. There's like this thing that holds the disc tray open up. So you put the disc in there, it boots it up, and then you put the game disc on there, and then it allows you to play those games from other regions. So, we were able to get that. And we were so hyped up, because we played
that's back when cheat codes was fun, okay?
The Dragon Ball GT game, Final Bout. We played Ultimate Battle 22, Dragon Ball Z Legends. Like, we was playing all those games on our PS1. That was one of the coolest things ever, and even it extends like to the movies. We were kids. We used to earn our little allowances before we had jobs. Every once in a while we'll go to the flea market, and like there's one of the stands will have all the anime movies on sale for like $5 a pop. So like we collected all 13 of the Dragon Ball Z movies. From like the World's Strongest all the way up to Fusion Reborn. Or no, the one with Hirudegarn in it. So we had all those movies in there. Like a few of those tapes had 2 movies on it. Right? And, we would sit there and watch all the movies, and we would get so hyped up watching, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 in the BoJack movie. And just all those different movies. And it was that was such an amazing experience, just it as really kids. Was. And then like even in school, we would be trading cards or like, printing out pictures in the library, fan art or just like official artwork.
Oh man,
the fandom was hard, bro.
Yeah, bro, I remember making money off of them stupid pictures. Like, I used to get print out pictures, and I would sell them in school, bro, for some cash. Like, people would pay me cash for that, yo.
You get a little bit more for the color pictures.
Word. Like white, more for the color pictures, word, yo.
Yo, there was a whole culture movement with that, and I do remember a lot of the good memories being a child. Doing the play fights. Acting out roles and watching the movies and remembering the hype that came with it, watching it for the first time. It didn't matter how small that TV was, bro. It might as well have been in the movie theater with the surround sound because we was glued to it.
Glued, bro.
Some of the best childhood memories do revolve around that, man. And so, yeah, I'm thankful to.
I think Brian. I think I interrupted Brian, man. Brian cried one time because he was about to miss Dragon Ball Z, bro.
Oh yeah. Because it was it was the Saiyan saga that was showing on Toonami 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it was finally getting to the episode where Goku was gonna go Super Saiyan for the first time, and I don't remember what happened, but Mr. Adams ended up giving me detention. On the day, Super Saiyan, I'm like, no. I was so upset. I literally cried. I was like, yo, if I don't get home before 5 o'clock, I'm gonna miss Goku going Super Saiyan. Like,
Yeah.
I was so
Yo,
upset.
now guys, yeah, we didn't come from an abusive household, but I used to see this dude get his butt whooped sometimes, and he would not shed a tear. Okay, this dude would not shed a tear. You telling me about the Miss Dragon Ball Z? He balling. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you?
I was balling like a little baby that day.
They're gonna replay it tomorrow, man. Relax.
I was like, please, can I do detention tomorrow? I'll do 2 detentions. Don't let me miss this. Like,
Yeah. Oh man. Yo,
Yeah, man, it was real for Dragon Ball Z, bro.
It really was, man. It really was real. Yo, it was one of the things you had to be there too.
Yeah, even now I still support the Dragon Ball franchise. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That Broly movie came out not too long ago. Then there was the other one, Superhero,
the Frieza one.
You know, the video games. Got, you know, Dragon Ball Fighters, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. There's this game coming out called Spartan Zero. I'm gonna get that one too.
That's what's up.
Hey, you know what, guys, man, we just reached our hour mark, man. But you know, before we go, man, our segment, man, from our minds to matter, right? From our mind to matter. No need to visualize. No need to from our heads. From our heads to your eyes, no need to visualize. Midjourney will share with you exactly what's on our mind. And with that, it's time from our minds to matter. Go ahead, Heck, man. Take it away.
Hey. So, we got 2 of them today, man. We got 2 today. So, just, you know, in honor of, again, you know, the series born. And we all, every one of us, everyone that was a boy wanted to be part of that elite warrior race, man. Don't even lie about it. You know? Oh, bro, I made us part of the elite warrior race, man. I got us fitted, you know, in that sense, man, that Dragon Ball Z style. You know, we got Brian and Frank wearing, you know, the Saiyan armor. I got the Super Saiyan hair going on. So,
hey man, I like that red, green, and yellow on my armor there, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling it, bro. Oh, it's too dope, man. It's too dope. So
Brian, that kind of look like you, B.
It came out good.
Yeah, it ain't come out too bad, man. Midjourney got you, bro.
Yo, it took care of us for real.
I gotta get my physique like that guy.
Yeah, there you go, right? Yo, this whole time I've had it, I've never tried to make myself into a Super Saiyan. I never thought about it. So I was like, yo, we're doing this. Like, this got to happen, man.
Yo, now that one of you came out perfect, bro. That looked almost just like you, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's solid. I love this shit, bro. I'm in love with it. So not only do we have that one, you know, turning us into a Super Saiyan, but this one is more, this is the one that, you know, the real Midjourney one, the real tribute to Mr. Toriyama is, you know, I've got an image of a younger version of him standing beside Goku, and, you know, we've got the halo above. So it just, yeah, man, I felt like, you know, it's just kind of cool, man, just to pay tribute to it. Cause, you know, we watch Dragon Ball, we watch Dragon Ball Z, you know, they get to snake way. They're not dead, you know, they can come back, they can be wished back. But, you know, with reality, obviously it's not going to happen, but his work has impacted the planet. The entire planet has been touched by his artistry. And I feel like even though he's gone, I don't think Dragon Ball is going to go away anytime soon. That series is probably going to outlive the 3 of us, you know? And
maybe,
I look forward to that.
Wouldn't surprise me, man. Yeah, his impact.
You know, I seen a real good. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, you know, his impact's gonna be felt all over the world for, you know, generations to come. You know, even now, like, he's a major figure in the anime and manga scene. You know, if it weren't for Dragon Ball, there's a chance that anime and manga wouldn't have become as mainstream as it is now. You know, it had that crossover appeal. That's what made anime and manga so popular in the United States, and it's even influenced some of our favorite mangaka to this day. You know, like I'm wearing a One Piece poncho. I don't know if I'm wearing a One Piece poncho, and you know, one of the
Hey.
people that inspired Oda is Akira Toriyama. Actually, shoot, you know, I can't even. You know, he wrote a message, you know, and he's basically just expressing like, you know, how deeply saddened he was by, you know, the news of Toriyama's passing, and you know, he recalled a story of when, you know, the first time he was addressed by his name by Toriyama, and you know how it made him feel, and you know, to be recognized by, you know, one of his heroes, you know, coming up,
I could only
you
imagine, man.
know, and
Right.
he talked about how at the time when he was doing it, um, it seemed as if, you know, being into manga was for like, you know, losers, right? He didn't use that word exactly. I forgot what word he used, but you know, just getting that acknowledgement by Toriyama, and then eventually being referred to as a friend of his, like it had such a big impact on him and Kishimoto, who was the creator of Naruto. You know, in Naruto and One Piece, they're considered two of like the big three, and you know,
Yeah,
just
the elite.
seeing how he inspired them, you know, early on in their careers to become such huge manga artists, and how they've inspired others to do, you know, it's amazing to me to see that like his impact is still being felt to this day, and I know that's just going to continue and continue, and you know, I'm just grateful to have been able to experience it myself, you know,
Yeah, me
as a
Yeah,
too,
kid
man.
man.
growing up, something that I could share with Hector and
With
Frankie,
your
you
own.
know, as
Yep.
kids, you know, it's something that we always used to have enthusiastic conversations about and arguments, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know,
Yo.
listen, Dragon Ball was something that we were all very passionate about. So, you know, and I'm just happy that, you know, someone was able to give that to us, you know. So I'll forever be
Impact,
grateful to Akira Toriyama for that.
impact, man.
Absolutely.
Hector,
Impact.
what's the
That's
core
one of our
value for
core
this year, man?
values, man.
What's the core value for this year?
That's it, bro.
Impact, bro.
Impact. That's what it
Impact, man.
is.
That's what I'm trying to create, and Mr. Toriyama was able to do that before he left, man. You know, for that, I am grateful. You made an
Absolutely.
impact on me. You made an impact on B. You made an impact on Hector, man, and you impacted those around the world, man. I'm
Yep.
forever grateful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's here forever, bro. There will always be something Dragon Ball related in my home. You know what I'm saying? I've got Perfect Cell on my keychain. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite villains. Like, I love it. You know, he's gonna be on my keychain forever, bro. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
the impact was incredible, and yeah, that was felt. That ripple was felt for sure around the entire globe, which is cool, man. That's, you know, we could all only strive and hope to strive for that kind of impact and that kind of passion with the project. You know, that it doesn't matter what other people are thinking or what other people are saying about it. You just stay true to you. You stay true and humble to yourself, man. And yo, your people will find you. So
yeah,
I think we'll get us going, fellas. I think we hit our peak here at the end of this. That
yeah,
shit
man.
went by quick. Brian, I'm sorry you had car troubles, man, but I'm happy that you showed up, bro. That was pretty
Yeah, I'm
cool
Oh,
that
glad you made it
you
too,
made it.
bro.
oh yeah, you
Yeah.
know, it had to be
Better
a
late than
rainy day
never.
to get a flat tire, right?
Sheesh. Yeah, right. So cliche this shit, man. Life, man. And
Yeah,
life
but you
is
know,
over there
I
doing
made
what
it
life
one piece,
does.
so you know,
That's
I'm
it.
glad that I was able to, you know, get in at some point in this conversation. You know, I would have loved to have been here from the beginning, but you know, I'll take
Nah,
hey
that's
life.
man,
okay.
we
You
left
came
it. You
right in
left we
time,
left the
man.
best part. We left the best part for you to get here, B man. We didn't
Yeah.
want to leave
Appreciate
you out of
Yeah.
this one, man.
Yeah, you didn't miss Goku going Super Saiyan, bro. You made it, man.
it.
You made it, man.
All right, but with that said, fellas, the conversation was dope. And for everybody out there that came through, let us borrow some time. We'll see you next week on PC and Mind.
Mine.
Much love, y'all.